Hello everybody and welcome to your fourth Java tutorial. In today's tutorial we're going to be talking about something called variables. Now you can think of a variable as a box with a name and inside it is a value. So for example we might have a variable which is a number. The name of the variable is my age and the value of the variable is 23. So let's make that variable in Java right now. We're going to be making an integer type variable, so we have to say int, which means integer. Then what the variable is going to be called, in this case my age. And we're going to initialize that to a value, in this case 23. Now all of this means is we have made a variable which is an integer. The variable is called my age and the value is 23. As we've seen in the last tutorial, we can use the system.out.println function to print a line of text to the console. And if we type in my age, this function will say, okay, I'm looking for a variable called my age. It will notice that the variable is an integer and that the value is 23. So we're going to print out my age, which is 23. Something extremely useful that we can do to variables is add numbers to them. For example, we can say my age equals my age plus 5. So now my age will equal 23 plus 5. So if we print my age now, we should see 28. Now, as well as plus, we also have minus, divide, multiply, and a special one called modulo, which means my age divided by 5, what is the remainder of that? That's basically what modulo is. But integers only do whole numbers. So if we say my age equals my age divided by 5, we should expect a decimal. But we don't get one because Java treats integers as integers always. You can never have an integer with a decimal point. Integers are by definition whole numbers. So to combat that, we have a special data type called a float, which is a number that's allowed to have a decimal point. So when we divide that by 5, we should get a number with some decimal points on the end. And we do 4.6. There are other data types, such as Boolean, which basically means true or false, yes or no. So we can have true for a Boolean, or false for a Boolean. There are strings. Like that. There are also something called arrays, which are lists. We have chars, which are one letter. Something called a long, which is a number that is bigger than an int. It can store all integers, but it can just store a lot larger numbers that integer is capable of. So those are some of the primitive data types that Java gives us. Stick around for the next tutorial where I'll be talking about the if statement and we will be using variables to make some more interesting code.